am here with Fran Capo. Hi, Fran. Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you? See, and I said that very slowly, by the way. Yeah.
Because Fran is known for holding how many titles of the world record?
Well, I'm the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking female. I speak 603.32 words a minute, which comes out to 11 words a second. But I actually hold 6 world records, not all of them for fast talking. Those 2 are for fast talking, but I also did a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro and a book signing down by the wreck side of the Titanic. So I get around.
Do we have to do subtitles for this interview?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, either that I could do like sign language really, and they'll be like, "What is she saying?" You know.
That is so great. Thank you for doing that.
Okay.
And Fran, you have a book out. Tell us all about it.
Well, actually, I have 18 books, but the book right now that I'm the most proud of is a book called Hopeville, the City of Life. This is actually the CD. It hit number 11 on Amazon as being compared to The Alchemist meets Think and Grow Rich. And the really cool thing about it is that people are reading it and then sponsoring the book to bring it into schools and to also bring it to the prisons because it teaches hope and courage and how to follow your dreams. And the thing was, out of all the books, the other ones I consciously said, I'm going to write a book on TV, I'm going to write on this. This one came to me at 4 o'clock in the morning. I hear a voice in the middle of the night, and it goes, "Get up, you got to write a book." And I'm like, oh, great, now I'm hearing voices. I'm arguing at the voice at 4 o'clock. I don't know what you're talking about. And it goes, "Get up, you got a book that's got to change the world." Gives me the name of the book. I go back to sleep. The next day, I go to work on my other book. I can't type. Then all of a sudden, I said, oh, I should write the chapter, the title of this book. I write it for the next 3 hours. I write the book. I was in a car shop, and the guy goes, "That was really weird. You didn't move, you didn't breathe." I said, "I think I just wrote a book." He's like, "How do you not know?" I said, "I cannot tell you one thing that's in there." Find out it's about a little boy that gets bullied, a successful businessman who donates everything, to just building his business, a widowed mother, and so all of them, what they do together is they're giving up on life, and they say a prayer. An angel of light appears to them and tells them what they need to do to change their life and the town. So a whole site has been created about it, HopevilleTheCityOfLight.com. But I do that. I do motivational speaking. And, you play softball, you go, flyboard, you do crazy things in life.
But the craziest thing that I read about you is where you had your book signings. Tell me where they were.
Oh, well, one book signing I actually did at the top of the world at Kilimanjaro. I did a book signing there, and people got to the top of Kilimanjaro, and they'd be like, what are you doing? I go, "You're here, you're at the top. What are you doing? Buy a book." And so I did a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro. That picture circulates around the world, and I get an email out of the blue from Brian Day O'Connor, who happened to be Sandra Day O'Connor's son, and he goes, "Oh, I'm going down to the Titanic." I'm like, "Hey, any room for another person?" So he goes, "Are you kidding?" I said, "I didn't know people could go down to the Titanic, so I figured if I was going down there, I might as well do something." So I did a book signing down by the wreck site of the Titanic. More people have been to outer space than down to the Titanic. And then I figured, well, if I'm down there, I should do something nice. So I became an ordained minister so that I could be the first person to ever say a prayer down by the wreck site of the Titanic.
That's great. And Titanic sunk on my birthday.
Did it really? Oh, wow. You should have told me. I would have brought up a fish or a rock or something.
I know. I wish I had something. When I went to see the Broadway show and they said it started sinking April 14th, I said, I never knew that on my birthday because they had the Broadway show back out years ago.
And that's obviously something. And it's funny. It's not the ship that's actually lost the most lives, but it's the ship that is most famous for, everybody knows about the Titanic. And to be able to be and go down there and see, all the, see the bow of the ship, and just know that what happened down there is just it's a humbling feeling because the ship is 2.5 miles down. Yeah, and have a cup that had I known you'd been here, I would have brought it. But it's 6 tons of pressure on every inch of the submersible. So you put a styrofoam cup on the outside, and when it comes up, the cup is like this small to give you an idea of how much pressure of the ocean there is. But I have pictures and all that on my website, FranCapo.com.
That's exactly what I was just going to ask you. You can see all these amazing things on FranCapo.com. Check everything out. I'm going to check it out later because she's so interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here, and you have to be on my show, hanging out with Heather at Madhouse TV.
I would love it. You see, she invited me, so I'm coming out. She's just got to tell me the date, the time, blah, blah, blah. I'll show up.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm Italian. I'm going to give a kiss. Come on.
Hi, I'm here with MarissaAnn, Boys from Boys Season 3. Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to meet you tonight.
So happy to meet you too tonight.
Marissa's going on doing a concert with Robbie Rosen here in Long Beach, New York. It's a great show so far. She's going to go on in a few minutes. But I just a little bit about MarissaAnn. She was on The Voice, and she was the youngest contestant. What was that like?
The Voice was amazing. I was super young. I've grown now, matured as an artist and as a woman, so it was great. It was a great platform.
And who are your inspirations? Because I know Christina has to be one of them.
Yeah, so I got to work with one of my inspirations, Christina Aguilera. I also look up to Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin. I'm singing an Aretha song tonight, so...
That's great. And MarissaAnn, actually also sings in Italian.
I do sing in Italian.
Do you sing any opera style?
I have before. I have trained a little with opera and different languages and stuff, so, you know, it's just another thing that I like to do and like to experiment with. And my family is Italian, and I grew up listening to Italian music, so it's, you know, deep-rooted and my home, kind of, you know.
And I hear you sing the heck out of the national anthem.
Yes, the national anthem I've been doing forever. It's one of my favorite songs to sing. So, you know, I like it.
You were out in the Hamptons today singing it, right?
I was. I did the Hampton Classics, which was my first time ever being exposed to like a horse show. People from all over the world were there, so it was really amazing.
That's great, because you're going to be an international superstar. And I just want to tell everybody about MarissaAnn's, well, her genre is pop and R&B mostly. And you have your new release single, Blind, that just came out in July, right?
Yes, I released it July 1st. I'm singing it tonight, so it's been a busy couple months.
That's great, and it's on iTunes?
Yes, at itunes.com/MarissaAnn.
Everybody download it on iTunes. It's amazing. She's singing it tonight here in Long Beach. And I don't want to give too much away because MarissaAnn's going to be on my show hanging out with Heather soon. And we're going to have a whole hour of interviewing and singing. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you so much. It was so great meeting you, and have a great show tonight.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you.
Okay, bye. You're hanging out with Heather, and I'm here with the Cowsills. I wanted to get them in quick because they're going to sing the national anthem here at the Celebrity Softball Game to raise money for breast cancer.
Yay! Mucho money. Mucho dinero.
Okay, I did a lot of research on you guys.
Okay, I hope you pass the quiz.
I want to introduce everybody. This is Paul.
Hey!
Susan, the little sister.
Oh, that's me.
And Bob.
Bob,
the older brother.
Original band, starting in 1965.
Whoa.
Did you know they were supposed to be the Partridge Family?
I didn't. Tell me more. No, we were. We were supposed to be the Partridge Family, but my brothers were too old and ugly at the time. They wanted to have me. And my father said no, they didn't want my mother, so Shirley Jones did it, and the rest is history.
But I heard Shirley Jones came out to see you guys.
Yeah, Shirley Jones is the dearest person. You know, when she started that Partridge Family, the first few times in, she was going, well, why aren't the Cowsills doing this with me? And the producer said, they're not actors.
Yeah,
but you were the musicians and they weren't.
Yes, true that, Heather.
We had a band.
So you guys started in high school, got a couple of flops.
Well, we had a couple of labels that dropped us by the time we were in junior year, and everyone was kind of younger, so we had really incredibly serious self-esteem problems when we were children. Then MGM signed us, and we had a hit, The Rain, the Park, and Other Things in '67, and everything opened up.
Who wrote it? The self-esteem all went up to where it's supposed to be.
Sky high.
You guys were up there with the Monkees and the Beatles.
Well, yes, we were right up there with the Beatles. Cowsills, Beatles. Who thinks of one without the other, right?
I never think of the Beatles without thinking of the Cowsills.
I don't either.
What's funny is that we're on the Happy Together tour, and that's why we get to be here. We're out on a 56-city tour all summer.
With Mark Lindsay.
And we're playing with a lot of bands. All these guys Susan mentioned that we all had hits with. We all actually were doing shows together back then, but being little kids, we never got to meet them, Heather.
Really?
Yeah, and now now being on this tour, we get to meet all these guys, and they knew us better than we knew them.
Oh, they knew me.
Yeah.
Why'd they know you?
Well, because we played with them, but we didn't hang out with them. These guys were much younger than these guys were, but I was 8 years old, and they were all really hot and cute.
She was the girl.
I used to stalk all these guys in their dressing rooms, and I still do.
And a fun fact about Susan.
Hold on. Whoa, Heather, me and you want to talk just a brief minute about that fun fact.
Sidebar.
Just tell me what it is. Okay, that you can go for it. Fun fact.
Susan up with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
The two youngest
Hello.
top 10 recording artists on their record, Indian Lake.
Susan Jackson and Michael Cowsills. Wow.
Yep, that's me.
How did that feel to be the youngest recording artist?
It was kind of interesting. I was watching Casey Kasem one morning at about 4 a.m. I was up. What can I say? And Casey said that somebody had written in and asked him who the youngest female performing artist was on a top 10 record back in 5 minutes with that answer. So I waited, and a big picture of me came up on the screen, and I was sitting there at 4 in the morning going, what the hell? And there I was, and I found that out. It was a wonderful day.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you guys loved having Mom and little sis in the group, right?
Well, when we started
Heather
the
knows that's not the
when
case.
we started the group,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the idea was clearly we're going to be a hard rock group. Clearly, we're going to ask our mother to join us. I mean,
And then what
anything
happened
would.
was the record company had a different idea.
Well, somebody had a different
Wait,
idea.
Okay, but it all worked out in the wash, didn't it?
Yeah, seriously, when they brought her in, it made us different. We're the group with the mother. There was no
You
other.
lucky son of
Jill
a
the
gun.
Partridge. And then she, had to take, Susan was 7 or 8 years old. I mean, you can't leave her home. So
Right.
we gave her a microphone. And by
I'm
that
so warm
time,
and
we were
fuzzy,
full Monty at that point. Full blown.
All right, and so one of the brothers is playing with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Boys.
The Beach Boys. The Beach.
Yeah, our brother John.
The Beach Boys.
Yeah, our brother John is their drummer. Actually, he's been with them for about 13 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys, I had to ask you,
Okay.
how many times
Yeah.
have you sang The Rain, the Park, and other
Oh
things?
I want to tell you something. I have said the Flower Girl way more often. And you have to be a real fan of the song to understand that
But
comment.
how many times have we sang it?
Well, I'll tell you how many times we've sung it. We haven't sung it enough yet, honestly. And we're very, very grateful for having these songs that are part of our lives. Otherwise, we wouldn't be out here. Probably wouldn't even be here at this celebrity baseball game.
And we thank you so much for being here because you're in the middle of your tour right now. And I know right after the game, you're probably heading back out. I know you have a show in New Jersey in a couple of days.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Come to, yeah.
Come out
Be
and
hanging
see
with
us.
Heather and Pomona, folks.
They're going to sing the national anthem soon, so
Yeah, we
stay
must get going.
tuned.
We have to warm
They got to
up.
warm up their voices.
Yeah, we got to warm up.
All right, we're ready.
Thank you so much. It was great meeting you.
Hanging out with you.
Great hanging with Heather, I'll tell you.
Hang on.
Now
Do you wanna
back to
write
you,
my
Bill,
theme
at the
song?
station.
Yeah, back to you, Bill, at the station. Got a bill at the